How can you tell if the reason that you can't get a girlfriend is because you're just unattractive? One litmus test is to jazz up your grooming and see if that changes things. Get a skincare routine. Trim, shave your face, beard, brows, nose, ears, etc. Wear clothes that fit and look nice, etc. I'm assuming you already bathe and wear deodorant. If you improve your appearance and you're still striking out, it's more likely your persona that needs adjusting than your looks. If you start getting dates, keep up the good work. Women put a lot of time into their appearance, even if they don't wear makeup. So doing the same for yourself can only help your chances. The real problem is lack of self-awareness. Whether it's your appearance or your personality. If you can't tell what it is, that's a problem. Having self-awareness doesn't crack the code and enable you to get with whomever you want. It simply enables you to understand why someone is rejecting you, so that you can just move on and not waste effort and mental energy just pointlessly dwelling on it. Having that self-awareness is the basic bare minimum we should expect from all adults in the dating world, but unfortunately, it's not really that common. It's not that simple with women. Personality can increase or decrease your attractiveness drastically. Active and I do consider myself above average, but they had charismatic personalities and confidence that made me want to get to know them. And the more I knew about them, the more attracted I became. When you're going out into the world thinking, I'm ugly, I'm not worth getting to know, you exude pettiness and insecurity that people don't want to be. Challenge physically unattractive people face is that it's difficult to get access to people who are superficial going after looks, and without that access it's hard to get them to know your personality, confidence, competence, kindness, a great sense of humor, and other characteristics easily win in the long run. That looks help get your foot in the door. Once women get old enough to want children right away, they often start evaluating those more significant characteristics in a potential partner. I'm a pretty good-looking guy, and I had a very hard time finding a long-term relationship because I was so desperate to have one. Not 6 months after I decided to stop caring so much, I started dating my current GF. We've been together almost 4 years. Just be confident and pursue your interest. Be hard-working, creative, charismatic, intelligent. All these are attractive qualities. You know what is not attractive? Really wanting a girlfriend. Most people should have a general sense of where they stand in the world. The problem is with social media. Everyone thinks they are a 10 when they are really a 6, or a 4, or a 2 in some cases. I am a 5'2" male, not in shape. Do you really think, no matter how pretty the face, that I would ever be a 10? That delusional. No one can accept reality anymore. The ones that can know exactly where they stand. The rest come to Reddit to find out. If you get along really well via chat, FaceTime or phone calls, then follow up with a date and it does not lead to anything, that's probably because there was no attraction, i.e., you are unattractive to this person. Attraction is very subjective, a very broad spectrum that doesn't necessarily follow any logic. Generally, you could tell by reading the social cues and body language, which can be very hard without practice. People have different standards. Some people like skinny. Some people like more meat. Some people like tall. Some people like short. There's very few people who are so physically unattractive that they are just unattractive too. Everyone. Personality is attractive too. Are you pleasant to be around, upbeat and positive? Do you ask people how they're doing and pay attention to the answer? Are you helpful, interesting? Doesn't really matter. I've had boyfriends who range across the look spectrum. My current boyfriend is stereotypically handsome. It's his personality, intelligence and outlook on life that does it for me. Could have his face ripped off by a bear and I'd still love him and find him attractive. Ex-boyfriends I love too, just didn't do it for me due to lack of drive and effort in the relationship. Immature. If you mean physically unattractive, then that's easy. Having major disabilities or a disfigured body a major turn off if you are actively looking for a partner. But if you mean unattractive as a person, then that's a whole different thing that I think you should ask a therapist about. Humans aren't toys and human relationships aren't a game, so looks don't matter much in the grand scheme of things. Does your face look like you got ran over by a train? 'Cause if not, there's gotta be someone who's gonna find you attractive. More importantly, you can improve almost everything about your person, from your physique to your demeanor, sense of humor, hairstyle, and clothing choice. Maybe try to hang out with guys that you deem successful. Surely you'll figure out what they have that you need to work on. Everyone can get a girlfriend. You only need to look good enough, and your personality shouldn't be complete shit, depending on your own attractiveness, your own special kind of weirdness, and your character. You are looking hopefully for someone specific, and here it's already harder. In the end, she needs to be attracted to you, and you need to be attracted to her. Like fire, there are 3 things you need to get a relationship. Fuel someone you're attracted to. Oxygen, personality, ignition, looks. When fuel and oxygen are there, sometimes it'll just take some time to get that spark. Different people are into different looks and different personalities. If abusive assholes can get girlfriends, so can ugly folks. Partner, and I found many lack of self-love and self-esteem in me. I don't want to put my future partner through it, so I need to love myself, choose myself before I go out there to choose someone else. It's confidence. In not especially confident, but in the times when I never had anyone and I was desperate, it's like I would repel women. Now, since I stopped caring, I'm sleeping with multiple women in a week. I'm quite attractive, BTW, that my personality traits are shyness, and I don't show emotions at all, and that puts people off. If you're a dude that can't get a girlfriend, then that's a dead giveaway. As much as people say that what matters is that you're funny, or smart, or that you love animals or cook, the first barrier is always looks. They won't even get to know you unless they feel physically attracted, which is a shame. It's pretty hard to be that unattractive. Darwinism at its prime, we all get pretty every generation. The issue I generally see is people who think they're not traditionally pretty refusing to put in any modicum of effort into hygiene and other societal norms. It's the whole lost cause fallacy. It's not I'm that ugly, and have been in relationships throughout most of my adult life and managed to get married several years back. Being attractive helps. But if you're really having issues, maybe work on getting some confidence. A good start would be not asking questions like this. If you have a lot of women friends and lots of missed opportunities, then it's definitely your personality. I know that experience. If there aren't those missed opportunities, you're not drawing interest and then losing it. You're just not drawing it. So that would have to change. If you're good looking, over the years girls will let you know you're good looking, and no, your grandma doesn't count. And as for your question, your looks is only part of what gets you a GF. Your personality, your game, and your talents, confidence are the other parts. The reason you can't get a GF is always because you're unattractive. Everyone else here is reading it as though looks are the only thing that makes a person attractive. No, unattractive simply means no one finds you attractive. So that's always the reason. Well, maybe you're 5 but want to pull a 10. And yeah, you won't get a GF. Try pulling around your own score and you will find. Most of these cases are like that, men, women wanting the brilliant person out there when they are just average at best. One sign is if you have no problems making friends, including female friends, that nobody is interested in you more than that. People wanting to be around you proves that your personality is good, and the problem must be elsewhere. Being unattractive often isn't a physical thing. If you're a kind, attentive, considerate person, it shows. If you're rejected by people because of how you look, you're pursuing the wrong kind of people. They're superficial. Attraction is subjective. It's highly uncommon to have so many negative qualities that no one finds you appealing. It's a numbers game. You're just not coming into meaningful contact with enough prospective partners. Find everyone who is less attractive than you. If they all never had girlfriends, then you can blame your attractiveness. If you find one with a girlfriend, then you know there are other factors at play. If the only person that ever told you you look good was your mama or grandma, maybe you set the bar too high as well. If you look like Quasimodo, don't expect to get a Scarlett Johansson, etc. Take a shot at someone you personally consider hideous. Get rejected, you're ugly, lolid. Honestly, it is all about how you carry yourself. Even a 1 can bag a 10 if the conditions are right. I've seen couples that make no sense physically, I lay it all down to confidence. We all have insecurities. Unless you're an actual sociopath, then that's the whole thing. If you have a successful date with someone very ugly, then you'll know your personality is fine, or that she's shallow. I'll let you work out the wrinkles. I already had them, and they tell me my kids are ugly. I know that is not true, and they are just trying to hurt me. Then I know they're not worth my time. Looks are subjective, and you're hot to someone out there. If you feel you aren't pulling, it's time to switch up the hair, the wardrobe, or the attitude. Plenty of unattractive people are in relationships. Your own standards are probably too high. Try dating someone who is closer to you in attractiveness. Anybody could have a girlfriend. It may not be who you want it to be, or you could wait for a better match. But it'll take years, so patience is key. Hard to say. But what you may lack in appearance, you can make up for with confidence and being funny. If you don't have that going, get it. Because women will normally run screaming from you, and townsfolk will send monster hunters after you after mistaking you for a river troll. Because I never received any compliments, any follow request on FP Insta, and any match or like on Tinder, it's pretty obvious at this point. Maybe that someone is not hygienic, is rude, unstable as can't stay in one job for more than a month, or snthn, act. It's probably because you are boring, socially awkward more so than your looks. A charming and fun ugly guy can easily get a girlfriend. Usually meeting someone that is willing to be in a relationship way harder than finding someone attracted to you. In my view, at least.